Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. Feeling better today, but still not right by any means. But up and running, or sorry, up and walking slowly. Not doing any running. There's just a few new blooms to show today. I know it should have been a viewers orchid question time day today, Thursdays, but I've only got a couple of questions. It doesn't warrant doing a session, so I'll put those to one side, and like before, when this has happened, we'll save them up, and then when it comes to next Thursday, we'll see if we've got enough to do a Q&A session, and if we have, then we will. If we haven't, then we won't. Right, a few new blooms. I've just done my watering today. It's never taken me that long to do my mounts. I just did it in, do a little bit, go and have a sit down, do a little bit more, have a walk round outside in the fresh air, do a bit more. But it took a long time. So I noticed this while I was watering. My Dendrobium hercoglossum just opened its first blooms. There's probably about 100 buds on this plant lurking in many places, from the roof down to the bottom. Just opened, literally. They're not even fully open yet. But yeah, so we got this one again. This always puts on a good show for me, but this year I'm going to have to tidy up the old canes. It's starting to get quite a tatty plant. But beautiful little blooms. So that's that one, just opened again. First couple for this year. That's been blooming every year for me for a long time now. Oh, frog in my throat. What else? Oh yes, I've got a lovely little Masdevallia just opened. It's just a hybrid, no ID. Gorgeous colour inside. And I like this one because it's not a candy stripe type, because I'm not too keen on them. They're a bit clown-like, a bit circus-like. But this one's got enough patterning on it to call it stripes, but not really. But that colour is just absolutely gorgeous. Deep golden yellow, almost orange. So that's just opened today, and I'm sure there was something else. Oh yes, the big bush. Now the big bush is a problem this year. Last year the big bush lived up here. Well, it can't live up here until this has finished blooming. But I hate to say it, that's not going to be long. I think these only last 10 to 12 days under normal circumstances, and this year it's not normal. We're getting very warm days every single day, one after the other, yet again. So it's not a heat wave as such, because the actual temperatures are there this time round. They're not as high, but we haven't had rain. And we're getting clear blue skies day after day after day. And it puts a strain on a lot of the plants in here. You know, that intense light for the whole length of the day, one day after another, without any sort of rest from it. But as a consequence, these probably won't last too long. And then once they've gone, the big bush can come up here. But at the moment, it's not putting on much of a show to warrant even moving it. It's just got this little cluster of buds. I think there's 4. One of which has opened. Now these are lovely, lovely blooms. They're glossy, waxy, sturdy, and beautiful fragrance on them, but I can't get down low enough without getting down on my hands and knees to actually give it a sniff. I have to wait till I get it higher. But at the moment, that's the only little group of buds I can see on the whole plant. Really can't see any other buds at the moment. Now, we had quite a lot of buds on here last year, but they didn't all come at once. But again, these are quite long lasting, so these will be around for a while, and hopefully there will be some more buds. Otherwise that's an awful lot of plant for just those few. But yeah, so that's just opened as well. Right, I'm going to leave it at that for today. This is heading towards now doing its thing. The buds are separating well from the actual spikes. Come on, brain. My brain won't work. They're not showing their yellow yet, but they're starting to expand and look like the sort of spikes that are going to open in the not too distant future. So hopefully we'll have that one soon. And that I am looking forward to, because I wasn't expecting to see that this year, so that's good stuff. And yeah, take care, look after yourselves. Here's a sobering thought. One of our officials, I didn't take any notice of which one, they look the same to me, but each day we get a bulletin on the global problem, and one of them let it slip, something I've known all along, but they let it slip and then had to elaborate a bit, and it might come as a big shock to an awful lot of people. Because a lot of people would like this lockdown to start being eased and let up so that people can start getting back to some sort of normality. Well, when you do that, do you think the virus will be gone? Is it magically going to disappear just because you've decided to go out? You can answer it yourself. It's a sobering thought. No, it won't disappear. Yes, it will still be there, and it will probably still be there forever. Not going to magically disappear overnight, is it? The only way that could happen is if every human being on the planet self-isolated in total isolation for 14 days. And then when they all crawled out of their rabbit holes, it would be gone because it would have had nowhere to survive. And that ain't going to happen. So it's here for good. Sobering thought. And on that note, I'm going to go and watch a film. My new TV setup and everything is, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the sound quality and everything. And my new aerial came today, so I could actually set up the Freeview channels, because I've got no aerial in the house. I've been using the satellite dish up until now. Which needs a box, you know. So the dish was already there, but you had to get a box, and that gives you free sat, but they're satellite channels. And now I've got the free view, which are terrestrial channels, but that needed a conventional aerial type. So I've got an indoor aerial, which took a bit of faffing around. I can remember these days like 50 years ago when people walked round with these funny little Martian looking antennae in their hands with two stalks sticking up in the air, walking around the lounge holding it up in the air, down near the floor, over by the window, trying to get a picture. Well, I had to do that, not to get a picture but to get the best one. But yeah, that's all set up now, so yeah, I think I might go and pop a film on. I should probably fall asleep, but it's just warm, you know. It's just, that's what often happens when you're too warm. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for dropping by.